we are
Oh,
live.
how
How
cool is
are
that?
you? All right. Welcome.
Okay.
Oh, we've got two people on. So we are officially streaming this today from Zoom, which means that neither Steph nor I actually know
What we're
what is
doing.
happening in the Facebook world
That's
because this is
right.
our first time. So if you are seeing us, if you're hearing us, if everything's good, comment below. I'm looking over here at my phone because I don't get to see comments now on the screen. But if they pop up on my phone, I can try to answer them as we go. But I just wanted to invite Steph on here because I met her about a month ago at a mastermind for online marketers. So if you guys are hearing us okay, just give me an emoji or something. Give me a reaction. Let me know that you can hear us okay. Or drop me a comment, and we'll get rocking into this. I met her about a month ago, and we were in a pretty extreme situation. We were in a marketing mastermind. They were really pushing us to level up our business. That's where you saw that we had to break arrows with our necks. I mean, we were not messing around. We stayed up till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every single night, and then turned around and got up again at 8 or 9 to start in again. So big, long days, crazy schedule, which apparently she's very accustomed to, being a nurse. Anesthesiologist, right? Is that the word? Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Awesome. So she's accustomed to that. But I said to her at the event, I said, I would love to interview you in my community because I have entrepreneurs from all walks of life. I've got moms who have gone into business. I've got people who are in business for the first time, people who have been doing this for a really long time. I've got bricks and mortar people in there. And I wanted to know a little bit about why somebody who's already got a packed, really busy schedule would want to add online business to the mix.
I think we're a little delayed over there on the Facebook.
Okay.
So if you're not, yeah, I see a couple of comments, but I know it's delayed over there.
I don't see the comments, so.
I do. I see a hi, Lindsay, and a you are live.
Oh, wow. Good.
From Bruce and Colleen.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So, Steph, just tell them a little bit. All right, I'm starting to see them now. Tell them a little bit about what would encourage somebody who's already got a busy schedule, who's already got a really well-paid job, right? Honestly, I mean, it's no joke. You're providing anesthesiology to people. Like, that's serious business, right? We're not talking about being, a clerk somewhere. So what would drive you to want to add online business to the mix?
So, it kind of happened, I guess I organically is the word. Kind of have to back up just a little bit. So I've been in the medical field for like 30 something years. And when I went in, I didn't intend to stay there. I was going to get a job as a nurse and then go back to art school. And I think that has always had a pull on me. And so I always wanted to do something different. I never loved nursing. I actually did go back and finish my art degree. And that was one of the best periods of my life. But then I still was left in nursing because you really can't it's hard to make money in art. Although if I knew the marketing now, that seriously, I would totally, if I was 20 years younger, I would figure out how to market my art online. That's exactly what I would do. But anyway, that's another story. But so I went back to anesthesia school about 15 or 16 years ago. And I mean, I do love doing anesthesia. And so, but I still wasn't fulfilled. Like I've just always had this, this is not it. Like this voice inside me that there's something else you're supposed to be doing. And then about 3 years ago, my life was a total mess. I was drinking all the time and couldn't keep I was just kind of losing it. Not losing it in that way. I was just I was out of control drinking. And so I actually have been sober for almost 3 years. And so when I got sober, I really started focusing on my thinking and my mindset and all that stuff. So all these things, all these passions and things that I wanted to do started kind of bubbling up again. And about it's a little over a year ago, I started, hang on just a second, got a dog barking.
No problem. So for those of you who are watching, let us know in the comments if similar for you, that you just felt like there was something missing and that kind of led you to want to start an online business. Because I think despite having, I hear this all the time, despite having a, like what some people would be like is, wow, that's an amazing career. You're like saving people's lives. There's these weird things that are just missing for us, right? And I'm the same way. I go back and think, man, if I knew the marketing now, that I would have done so many different things early on in my life.
Yeah. So, so about a year ago, I just totally like love reading like professional development and Napoleon Hill and Bob Proctor and all this stuff. And so, but I knew that I wanted to get out. I didn't want to work another 20 years in the medical field. And so I started like I wrote out my income goal, and I don't know how I'm going to achieve it. I just like started like, kind of the law of attraction thing, started visualizing it, and whatever comes along, that's what I'm going to. So like 2 or 3 weeks later, a friend of mine comes up to me about a network marketing company. And I'm like, is this it? So like, I don't think it was it, but it is what led me to the online world. So like probably most network marketers that are like, okay, I've ran through my warm market. Now what? Like, if I really want to do this, what am I going to do? So I got online, how do you get leads? I didn't know what I was doing. And so I won't go through the whole story. It led me to Ray Higdon and then MLSP and kind of that part. The rest is history. So
tell me this, because I know people come to me all the time and they're like, Lindsay, I want to get started fast, or, I feel like I'm struggling and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I can tell them my story, but was it just all sunshine and roses and unicorns for you in the beginning?
Hell no. No, absolutely not. Like, so I did actually a coaching program with Ray's Inner Circle coaching program.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. But still I just felt like, I really felt like I'm not getting this. Like, I'm not getting the whole, like I had the DMO. I just felt like I was just struggling trying to do it. And I think part of it was just like, I was trying so hard, and like, how do I connect with these people? And, I had a little bit of success. But really, there was a few times I just thought I'm just going to like give up, but the voice in my head and the will to, the kind of the why is what kept me going. I'm like, there's a way. I know there's a way to do this. Listen, I'm a smart lady. I can figure this out. It's really not rocket science. Really what it's about is staying with it and figuring it out. So yeah, it was a struggle for the first, I actually changed network marketing companies, and I'm like, I'd kind of given up on that. And then I went to the level 1 workshop, that we went to, and things just like, I just had, my eyes were opened, and it's just like, marketing is where it's at. That's how you do this, is like, prospecting is very important, but the marketing part of it was like where I kind of fell in love. And that's where things really started to shift for me. And that was like in April. So
you said some really critical things that I want to reiterate, because I think they're very important distinctions. One was, I needed to learn patience.
Yes.
And consistency.
Yes.
Over time. And I think that can't be said enough. I made a post one time that said, patience and consistency are my superpowers. Because it was really the only thing. There were so many months where I was doing the things just like we're doing, and I didn't see the results yet.
Right.
And sometimes, and Steph mentioned, for those of you who are watching, she mentioned, some of these workshops that we've been to through the marketing program that we're a part of. You can reach out to us if you want to know more about it. But going from just going through the motions to learning attraction marketing, really understanding the difference between prospecting, which is you going out there and talking to every single person under the sun that you can find, and marketing, which is driving up curiosity or giving something of value that makes someone raise their hand and say, yes, I want to hear more from you.
Absolutely.
So pivotal.
Yeah.
So now that you're using all of that and you've got this awesome business that's thriving, and I know you're about to launch, unless you've already done it, maybe your own coaching group, and we've got your business going on. So, and you're still doing all of your nursing. So tell me, consistency is so important. How do you keep the momentum going, especially coming off an event, and the consistency with such a busy schedule? Because I go over to your page and I'm like, she's posting all the time, and I know that you're probably 12-hour shifts.
Well, I don't, fortunately, I don't do too many 12-hour shifts anymore. But I do have calls. So some days I do. It just really depends. So one of the things, and I think this is important for people, I think this is important for me because I have to keep looking at this. So I really have to keep my eyes on why I'm doing this, and not let not quite having the results I want, slow me down, just because I think it's like, I don't know if you've read Think and Grow Rich, where that guy's digging for gold, and he's digging and digging and digging, and he's like, there's nothing here, and he gives up, and he sells all his equipment to this, I don't know, land guy, farmer guy. And the guy like takes the equipment and says, I'm just going to check this out. And he digs like for, 6 more feet. And like, he discovers the mother lode. And so I think it's real important to just remember that. And if you have a job, and especially if you have a really nice paying job, and I have a multiple 6-figure job. I mean, so sometimes it's hard for me to go, when it gets hard, it's like, I don't have to do this. I mean, I really don't. I mean, like, and I feel like sometimes I'm working this job as hard as I am my other job, but this is what I absolutely love to do. So, and fortunately, I've fallen in love with marketing. So that's, I think it's important to, let me just step back for a second, because I really think this is important for me to hear. When I say things, usually if I'm talking about something, it's something that I'm talking about for myself, or if I'm, so it's really important to like realize that this is a journey, and it's like, enjoy the process. Like when I stopped going, I've got to get somebody signed up, I've got to make this work, I got to make this work. And and step back and go, here's what I'm doing. I'm building something, and I'm starting, like, I'm right now, like, I just had, like, part of it was the mastermind. I just had like this huge shift of, I'm building a foundation, and it's going to come because what I'm doing is I'm building value in myself so that I can bring value to others. And really, I have this vision of that. And I think that's what keeps me going. And the other part of that is I run myself into, like, I do this, like I come home and I'm like, I got all these things I got to do. And I run myself into the ground. And then I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, so I have to like remember to build in rest, because I will like, you'll burn out. And so I've hit a couple of those walls where I just, like, I'd been running so hard. I'm like, I didn't post anything for 3 or 4 days. I'm like, I don't have anything. I don't have any ideas. I'm over, like, and then I'm just like, oh, I just needed a break. Surprise. Yeah, I just needed, we have to take care of ourselves. And, I was working with I had a coaching call the other day, which I haven't really done any like personal development coaching calls in a while. And I had one with this guy, and we were talking about, he goes, you are so driven that you have to really, like, that pie chart where you like, you've got your family, like in the center is like 0. And you, as you come out, or maybe the other way around, where you have a scale, and it should all be pretty much balanced. And like mine hasn't been. So because I have not had the time, I feel like, so like personal relationships outside of like my immediate family, I've kind of neglected that. And, so it's important to balance everything, and to just to step back and breathe, and take a bird's eye view every once in a while of not only your business, but of your life.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because I'm going to be doing that with the Marketing Made Fun Elite group, going through those 7 areas.
Yeah. That's a good exercise to do, at least a few times a year.
Oh yeah. because I mean, here's the thing. As you focus on one thing, other things go out of whack. And it sounds so cliche, but you do have to put your oxygen mask on you first. And I'm the same way. So you're high performers, you're driven. A lot of the people in this group are same thing. Like they wouldn't be on here at, let's see, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern on Friday night if they weren't committed. And it's so easy for us to give, and not even notice that the tank is so close to being on empty and we're just about to shut down. But if we let it get that far, there's no business left. There's like, if you kill yourself, there's no business. Nobody runs the business. If you're, so run out of at the end of the day that you're snapping with your children, like it's just not worth it. And getting back to, like you said, 3 days, because you've put so much in place, 3 days off for you is not going to kill your business. And being okay, understanding that. And sometimes when we're high performers, we think, oh my God, if I take a day off, I'm just going to end up being a couch potato with like a bag of Doritos on my lap, binging on Netflix for the next 6 months. The reality is that you're not wired that way.
No.
And so maybe you would do it for 2 and then you'd be like, I'm tired of this. Like, I got to get back to work.
Right. Exactly.
But we tell ourselves that we don't deserve that break. And it's such an important, I think we often share and teach what we most need to learn. I know I do. I just said it today. Slow down to speed up. It is my mantra these days because I need to know that as well. I need to be okay with saying, I'm going to step away. It's the weekend and spend it with my family and be very minimal on social media. Mm-hmm. It's okay. The business will still be there on Monday.
Absolutely.
And letting ourselves have that space. I love that you shared that. So any lingering things, because I want to let you go and have the rest of your night, and I'm going to go pick up my kiddos, but lingering things that you want to share. And then also, how can people follow you? Like where are you at on social media? How can they find you?
So, I think just really is if you're the 2 or 3 things, don't give up because it's not easy. People, we watch these people that made it to the top maybe really fast, but you didn't maybe see that they already had a huge following or, they were really well connected in their community, or they had been in network marketing for 10 years and they just found the right product or the right company. So we never I know a lot of times we don't see that story that they've been putting the base down. They've been laying the groundwork. And so just, the reason most network marketers don't make it to the top 5 or 3% is because it's hard and they quit. And so that's number 1. And then, number 2 is taking care of yourself. And number 3, there's a voice inside of you. And sometimes, and we ignore it. This is one of my things that I'm just so passionate about because I ignored mine for so long. Like I think that's probably why I drank I just shut that voice up because I had to go to work. I had bills to pay and I had things to do. And so, just listen to that voice because it knows, like you already know everything you need to know.
Oh, love that.
Seriously, you do. You are connected to the universe that's guiding you. You just got to get the stuff out of the way, sit down, every day deserves at least 5 minutes to do that and to, and connect with what's in here. And you will, and you guys have a wonderful leader. She is awesome.
So good. Yeah. Such good stuff.
Yeah. I would love for you guys to connect with me. I mean, I'm, it's Steph Shinabery with 1 R on Facebook. And then I just started a YouTube channel. And Lindsay, I think I found my passion. Literally.
Yay! I love YouTube.
I have been because I get to be creative. I'm oh my God, I have been what video am I going to make next? Okay, this is where, and so I'm kind of letting everything else go right now. But I'm okay, this is what I think this may be where I'm supposed to be. So.
Well, everybody in here knows I'm a huge video marketer. I love going live on Facebook, but I also think that one of the downsides, and I'm scared to say it because we're in Facebook right now, they're going to probably shut our group down. No. One of the downsides is the feed moves so quickly that you put something awesome out there and then it's gone. And so you lose out on that, and that's really sad.
Right.
And so that's the really cool thing about YouTube, is that it's there forever until your channel, somebody hates on you and you get your channel down, but then you start a new one.
Yeah.
Go save the video somewhere else in case you need to re-upload all 400 of them.
Save them somewhere else for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So you can find her on YouTube. You can find her on Facebook. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. I'm sure
for asking me. This is very
everybody else got a lot out of this, and just sometimes just hearing other people's journey and understanding that it's a process and it's a journey, and it's not all sunshine and roses up front, and that when you keep going and you have that mission and purpose, like, you become unstoppable. Really. So awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate you so much.